Hi, this is Tad the Diet Coach, and this is your Readiness Trials Tip of the Week. Carbs. Everybody loves carbs. And carbohydrates are one of the essential energy nutrients that we use there. It's a very, very clean energy burning source, and our bodies prefer it. So when you eat it, your body's going to prefer it. The catch is that when we're trying to lose body fat, we're trying to sculpt a lean physique, it's very difficult to have high carbohydrate levels for most people to be able to lose body fat at the same time, because their bodies will simply prefer to burn carbohydrates. And mechanically, that's exactly what it should be doing. So when you're planning your diet, when you're looking through your week and you're looking at progress and you're evaluating your carbohydrate levels on a week to week basis, you really want to take a look at what your losses are. And when you look at this, carbohydrates are a very important energy source. So when you're looking at this, you need some in your diet. But there are some strategies. So there is a couple of different strategies when it comes to carbohydrate planning. The first one is eliminate them. And there's a lot of people out there, a lot of gurus and diet coaches, and I have done this with many clients as well when it's appropriate, to just go on a ketogenic style diet where you eliminate carbs. And in most people, it's the easiest, simplest way to be able to cut body fat as quickly as possible. But the problem becomes the adaptation process, as we talked about before. That adaptation, your body will adapt, and it usually doesn't take long to do this. So while losses come quickly in the beginning, they quickly come to a grinding halt if other elements in the diet aren't correct, or if your body is one of those bodies that simply really wants to burn carbs more. And so in those cases, there's a couple other strategies. One of my favorite strategies is really balancing those carbohydrates throughout the day, and doing some carbohydrate cycling. So carb cycling is very popular. It's very effective. It's essentially when you take a high, a medium, and a low, generally speaking. Sometimes you just do a high and a low, but in general, there's a high, medium, and low days, and you're cycling through these days throughout the week. So some days you have more carbs on your high days, some days you have moderate levels on your low days, and some days you have low levels on your low days. And I usually like to say put ketogenic levels on low days, which is usually under 70 grams of carbs a day, and moderate levels being somewhere double that or close to double that. And then of course high days, meaning really those are replenishment days, and those can be up to 3 to 4 times the carb levels of your low days. So that's another method. There's another strategy that a lot of people like, and I particularly like it for my own lifestyle. It's backloading carbs. And essentially what that means is you throw those carbohydrates at the end of your day. You essentially eat ketogenically throughout the main part of your day, and the last meal or 2 meals, you're really stuffing in all your carbs. And it would be somewhere on the realm of about 2/3 to half as much carbs as you would normally eat in your entire day in the off season. Now again, I'm making some vast generalities because I don't know what your particular energy production needs are and what your particular body's chemistry is like. So these are just some general statements about it. But in general, you're backloading carbs, and sometimes you may need to adjust that and find the right level that you're able to continue to stimulate the metabolism, because that's what backloading is supposed to do. Stimulate the metabolism to continue to burn fat at a higher rate, but at the same time, replenishing carbohydrate stores that you're depleting throughout the day by not taking in carbs and by working out and doing all this cardio. So those are a couple of different strategies that work really, really well. There's also your standard basic strategy that every diet coach hopefully knows about, which is basically gradually lowering carbs throughout the diet. And that's a very standard where you start off where you know your maintenance level, and basically you probably don't eat carbs at the end of the day, maybe your last meal, because you don't have a high energy requirement at the end of the day in the evening. And then the rest of the day you're evening out those carbs, and then you're slowly notching those carbs down week by week as you're making progress and as your progress starts to slow down. Those are your basic ways of carbohydrate planning. Whatever method you choose, you should definitely choose the one that feels the best to you, that works, that you're getting the best results from. You're taking your metrics, you're taking your measurements, and you're evaluating as you go along. And then when something's not working, you try to figure out in the best way that you possibly can what the solution is. And usually carbohydrates is the first place to check in most cases. For me, Tad the Diet Coach, I want to say thank you for listening to the tip of the week. And if you want more detailed information, you can reach me at my website, tadthedietcoach.com, or you can email me at tad@redcon1.com.